Hi everyone, sorry that I haven't done a video in a while, and I know that I had said I'm going to keep posting. I do apologize. It's just been very, very rough for me the last couple of weeks, and with all the different energy and things shifting around, it's been a little bit hectic. So I figured I didn't want to I want to spend the whole night typing out things, so I thought I would just do a video to kind of explain this week's. So if you do the 1, 2, 3, and you picked a number, so I'm just going to go through these one by one. So, okay, then I can at least show you the cards and stuff. It's a little bit better. Okay, so if you pick number 1, this is the Druid card. I did use 3 different decks, by the way. I used the Ancestors and Angels deck, my Tarot deck, and I used my Daily Messages deck. So I did 3 different decks to kind of get a little bit of a variety here to see if I could shake things up just a little bit. Okay, anyway, so number 1, Druid. So I took some notes here, so just bear with me. This one is hold the space, dig deep, move back to a state of trust. Don't do anything drastic. Let everything happen as it needs to before taking action. For the other card, then I got Seek, which is this one right here. It says the power of spirit exists in all things. Everything is made of energy, and every single thing in your physical world contains a fragment of spirit, including you. We are all one with the spirit and always will be connected to one another. So this one's Seek. So the power of spirit exists in all things. We are all one with spirit and connected. Another, digging deep and seek spiritual connection, understanding. So maybe you're in a point where, maybe you've lost touch with your spiritual side or you need to reconnect with that. This is the good time to do that. The Four of Wands, again, says it's time to take a pause and acknowledge your hard work, even if it's a small goal. So something rough is ending, completing into a move. It's kind of a peaceful, settled down period to be coming into that, and then it could indicate a new home or moving. Sometimes, a lot of times, it's like these cards come up and you're just like, okay, I don't understand this at all, but maybe it makes sense to you. So maybe just not doing anything totally drastic or thinking it over, just, let things play out before you take action is what it's saying for the week. So week 1, it's kind of like, you're kind of waiting on something, and things will fall into place, take place, just kind of settling. That's what I would say. Okay, number 2. If you chose number 2, the first card is Broken Arrow. It looks like this. Okay. It's like embracing energy of peace. So here we are again with that whole thing about all this roughness going on, and we're just kind of moving into that time. Energies of light are coming to wash away darkness. Arguments are ending, resolving. Talk things through. Let go of the idea that you can be hurt by everything and everyone. You are protected and loved going forward. So with that one, I drew vulnerability, which is kind of perfectly tied into that, actually. This card says, this is confirmation that you're seeking to tread into the unknown, unfamiliar territory where decisions are based more on intuition than rationality. Don't let fear hold you back or allow a misguided sense that feeling vulnerable is somehow a negative condition. So some notes that I have on that one, moving forward, is going into unfamiliar territory. Don't let fear hold you back. Feeling vulnerable, again, isn't always negative. Maybe you're going into a time of peace because maybe you have been feeling vulnerable, or maybe you've been feeling afraid, and maybe you're getting to that point where you're like, okay, maybe I'm making some peace with that. Maybe I was feeling that way, and maybe I need to just let my walls down and just breathe. The Six of Wands, I have here, which is, I don't even think I even showed you the other card, but it's upside down. It's a reversed card. Again, another Wands. So if you're seeking approval and validation or comparing yourself to others, you're defeating yourself and your purpose. Don't rely on others' opinions. Trust in yourself and have faith in yourself and your success. So maybe you're feeling vulnerable, but you need to, maybe it's the inside vulnerable, you know, like internal. And perhaps you need to take a step back and kind of let things happen. So for you, maybe you need to just be at peace and kind of ease your anxiety, because you are going to be coming into something good, and you need to believe in yourself so you can succeed. Okay. So for number 3, if you pick number 3, which I felt like number 3 was kind of resonating with me a bit here. Okay, so number 3 is Mother Earth. It's kind of a pretty card. It says, feel loved and comforted. Okay, and this card, when I looked it up in the books, I'm like, okay, I'm not really sure what this is, because this is a newer deck. So I took some notes here. It was saying, you know, you felt overwhelmed, or maybe you felt out of control, and maybe you're moving back to your natural center. Mother Earth says to regain your sense of strength. Also, if you are a mother and have challenges with being a mother, mother healings are with you to help you clear obstacles, to keep a sacred bond, and it says guided, sacred bond guided to make choice based on love. Okay. Sacred bond. Oh, guided to make choices based on love. So you're being guided to make choices based on love. Sorry, my notes were a little sketchy. So I guess it's a lot of motherly energy. So if you happen to be a mom, or maybe you're going through some struggles with your children, that is also, you know, they're with you, helping you, guide you to make good, healthy, good decisions. Everything's done out of love. If you are not a mother, you're still going to regain your sense of strength. And that energy is with you. Maybe it's some kind of a motherly energy. Maybe it's a motherly energy that is with you. Okay, so then the second card that I drew was take a moment. So it says, stop. Now is not the time to rush into a decision you're about to make. Before this important decision is made, take a moment to pause and quiet your mind so that you can ask your soul for guidance before you act or move forward. Kind of seems like this is the theme, reoccurring theme of, you know, this reading for the week is, you know, taking a pause before moving forward. You need to think about this clearly. Do not act irrationally is basically kind of what it's saying. So maybe you have something going on, it's just like, and you need to take a moment, step back before you do something maybe that you'll regret, or just, you know, you don't want to make anything worse than it already has been. So it's kind of like, okay, I'm really not sure. Can you give me some clarification? That's kind of what I use the tarot cards for. They give me a little bit more. It feels like I get more specific details. I don't know how or why. It just, that's how it works for me. So with this one, I got the Ace of Cups. So it's saying that divine love and compassion are pouring through you. So maybe you're being a little more sensitive and opening up to others. Open your heart and experience the flow of emotion available to you. Be on alert for creative opportunities, loving connections, deep compassion, spiritual, emotional fulfillment if you embrace it with an open heart. I did find a little bit of something else interesting in this, so I kind of added that with me here. This card also could indicate possible friendships, long-lasting, someone you are really grateful to share a special connection with. And this ties into a bit of the Four of Wands that was actually in number 1. And that can indicate like a birth of a new idea, or a pregnancy, or a conception. Or basically what you give is going to multiply to help others. So it's like kind of like a whole thing of, you know, what you give will multiply, or maybe there's just things that are coming up that are just brand new, and maybe you're just trying to get into it. So I would have given you a little more detail. I'm so sorry, everything's been kind of a mess. It's been kind of a mess too, honestly. So here's that Ace of Cups. So I'm also going to just draw cards for today, just to give a message for today. So I'm going to just do that real quick. I'm just going to use the Daily Messages deck. Maybe I'll draw 2. I don't know. Whatever I feel like doing, I guess we're going to do, because it's kind of how it goes. Go with the flow. Okay. Okay, so we just need a daily message today for life in general. So what messages does everybody need? Let's see here. It's a little bit of a shuffle. These are kind of hard to shuffle. Sometimes a card usually pops out to me, or like, I just feel like, this. Like this one. Breathe. It says, the breath is the vital bridge between your body and soul. It's the connection between the inside and outside, connecting you to the universe, spirit, and the divine source. The breath permeates your entire being with prana, which I don't even know what prana is, which is the same life-giving force that nourishes everything in the universe. I'm going to ask for another one too. Okay. See if I can get another message. Something we all just kind of need to know. What can you give us? What advice? I think this is the one I want to use because it feels right. Embrace the moment. Embrace this day, this very moment. Think positively today and repel those negative thoughts. Try not to judge yourself or others. This may be harder than you think. What is actually happening is that you're changing your energy. So breathe and embrace the moment. So that's the message I have for you for today, in addition to the other ones. I'm going to try to make sure I get everything squared away for this week. I always can't guarantee everything with my schedule. I do work also a full-time job, so it does make it hard. I wish I could just quit my job and do this, but you know, I gotta keep working at it, so maybe someday. I don't know. But I hope that this, maybe touches you in some way or another. I know some of my readings have been a little bit better quality or just a little bit better, but my focus has been a little bit off lately. I'm trying to regain it, but some days it's just been kind of tough. There's just been so many changes, and I think in general for everybody, when things kind of happen, they all just kind of whoosh. It just seems like it happens all at once. And given the fact that, things have all been in retrograde and there's just been all kinds of energy shifting, I mean, it's kind of been like that. And it's, when you get down on your luck, it's like you have this negativity and like, it kind of builds up after a while. I mean, you could be a pretty strong person, but, sometimes that negative energy just kind of creeps in and it tries to take you over. Keyword tries to take you over. You can't let it take you over. Because when you let it take it over, it's one. And then all you're going to do is manifest all the bad. So I would definitely I know I've been going through it, so maybe I'm just speaking from experience as well. Just kind of keep your eye out for this negative like in your head, the negative thoughts, the negative feelings, the negative everything. And just try and work on it. Try and fight that. Try to make sure that you're doing things that are still positive, because if you don't keep doing that, it's just going to keep manifesting all these bad things and it's just going to snowball out of control. So I guess that is kind of my message personally to you guys, being that I've noticed that not just in myself, but it's been a lot of other people, a lot of relationship issues, just a lot of different nagging issues, and lots of healing being brought to the surface from all of the emotions, from all these issues. It's like when the energy shifts, this stuff is just coming up and coming up. So just be aware of that. And until next week, please take care, be well, hang in there. Hopefully, a shift's coming where we can actually get into a positive wavelength. I know that the ride's been kind of rocky, but, we're kind of easing out of that now, and hopefully we'll be able to get in that direction and stay in that direction soon. So take care, and until next week, bye, and hope this helps.